From the city of brotherly love, this is Shark Bite Biz with David Strausser.
You just arrived to the newest episode of Shark Bite Biz. I'm your rock star wannabe host, David Strausser, and this is your place to learn how to grow a business during complete global chaos. Today, it's all about reaching the customer. First, though, if you have an Android phone, head on over to the Google Play Store, download the Shark Bite Biz app. That's where you can find every single episode of the show, the audio, the video, the clips, the YouTube shorts. Everything is right there in the app, including our live streams. Our live streams are right there in the app, as well as you can grab the freshest coffee known on earth, Dead House Coffee, right through the Shark Bite Biz app. But if you don't want to do it through the app, no problem. We got you covered. You can head on over to deadhousecoffee.com. Make sure you use the code SHARK because you're going to save 20% off of your order. And remember, this is the freshest coffee known on earth. It is roasted, sealed, and shipped to your doorstep within a 24-hour period. Okay? And as always, we'll get the proceeds to be able to keep building the amazing stuff that we're doing here at Shark Bite Biz. We have plans on expanding with a live stream show and many other things in the popper. So definitely help us out. Do a super thanks, do a super chat, whatever you want to do. Help us grow revenue, whether it's super chats, whether it's super thanks, whether it's getting coffee from deadhousecoffee.com, and allows us to continue our special mission. Back to today's show, okay? We're going to be talking about all those marketing topics that you all love. SEO, lead gen, content marketing, Google Ads, pay-per-click, and SMO/SMM ads. All this stuff all combined into one amazing interview with our guest today. So, who do we have? None other than Shiv Gupta. Shiv Gupta is at the leading front of digital marketing in the COVID/post-COVID world. His businesses help mom and pop stop spending money for the sake of spending money on ads and actually get a true ROI on their marketing ventures. So, hey, without further delay, let's bring Shiv right on in here.
Reach your customer.
Shiv, welcome to Shark Bite Biz. You, my friend, you just became Shark Bait.
Thanks for having me here, David. I'm pretty excited.
Oh, definitely. Really a pleasure to have you on. We have a tradition on the show. Very first question we ask everybody. What's your background? What's your experience? What do you do for a living? How'd you get there? Basically, in a nutshell, tell us what makes Shiv Shiv.
I'm a family person, right? I'm a father. I'm a husband. I have a cute little daughter at home. And what makes Shiv like another part when coming to my professional life, we basically help clients in getting more leads, more sales online, right? We help them in increasing more visibility online. So basically, I am into digital marketing niche. Like we are a digital marketing agency with the name Incrementors. And we provide services like search engine optimization, pay-per-click, email automation, remarketing, Google Ads, all those sort of things. That's what we provide.
Great. Now, another area that you're in that I saw in your talking points was the metaverse. What do you think about the metaverse? Give me, first off, I think a lot of people are confused what the metaverse actually is. Why don't you tell us high level what the metaverse is and what it means to you? And then from there, we'll discuss about business opportunities for most businesses in the metaverse.
Right now, the word metaverse is pretty famous, especially after Facebook made a parent company with the name Meta. And a lot of people have started jumping and trying to learn about it, right? Some of them think it's a place where you can make some quick buck. And a lot of people are actually doing that. But metaverse is something very beautiful, right? It is something like where you can literally live a different life, right? It's a concept where virtual reality, the blockchain technology, right? All these come together and play their role. So, for instance, like you would have heard about NFTs as well, right? Non-fungible token. Basically, earlier people used to buy or think that the paintings or antiques were very expensive. For instance, the painting of Mona Lisa, right? That's very expensive. But if we think about it,
Just a little expensive, right?
yeah. Uh, so basically, what makes that painting expensive is because it's rare, right? It's scarce. There is only one painting, and you can tell which one is real. And a famous painter, Leonardo, created that painting, right? So similarly, now in metaverse, using the concept of NFTs, you can literally use the things and have ownership of those. You can literally buy land into metaverse and have the ownership of that. You can create school there, you can create a shopping mall there. A lot of companies are jumping in there, and people are spending money there, right? For instance, a lot of people buy Gucci bag, right? That is just to show a status symbol, right? So similarly, people have started buying things in metaverse because
Let's take a step back. When they buy the Gucci bag, are they buying it just for their character on the metaverse, or are they buying it for, purchasing it for real life, or both?
they are just buying it for their avatar, their character in metaverse. Though this technology is still evolving, and people will be able to buy it in real world as well. But just think about it. You can go into that world. When you go to e-commerce, you just see a couple of images, the front side, back side. But in metaverse, you can literally see the entire 360-degree view, top view, back view of that product, right? You can literally see what would be the size of that product. And that's what makes it beautiful. So, yes, a shopping experience, buying things into the real world would actually be there. And people have started spending money on horse racing as well, and the hybrid system. Everything is coming there. It just feels like I'm into digital marketing, but that entire offline marketing, like the flex board or the pamphlets, those type of marketing is going to come back again through the metaverse. Right? For instance, right now, you and me are talking on Zoom, right? But with metaverse, there can literally be a small glass. You'll be sitting on the other side. I'll be sitting on the other side, and we'll be able to do the conversation.
That's one thing that I was surprised when I was talking. I watched a video on YouTube about the metaverse, and it was saying that one thing that Zuckerberg seems to have gotten right is going all in on the metaverse, because they kind of started this. I mean, people forget, but I mean, Oculus, one of the best VR companies out there, they ended up buying well before the pandemic. There you go. And I just tried an Oculus Quest 2 for the first time. My nephew has one, and I was amazed how far the technology has come over the past couple years since I've last tried it with the headsets that Samsung had that you had to put your cell phone in for the screen, to where we're at today. It was like, holy cow, mind blowing. But they say, with the remote, the remote work, the lack of the return to office, a lot of companies are going to be ending up going digital into the metaverse. So instead of having a Zoom call like we're having now, you and me are going to be sitting around a table with all of our colleagues in the metaverse, and none of us will have legs.
Yeah. Actually, we can have legs there as well, right? And you can literally take your laptop to the metaverse world, right? Like there is particular items which you can select and take to that world. And whenever you'll be typing, you'll be able to see your actual keys. But rest of the world, would be from metaverse. How amazing is that, right? That would be a mixed reality.
Yeah, I think that mixed reality is, it's almost like was the Matrix actually a prediction of, is life imitating art, or did art imitate life? You get what I'm saying? Like, it just seems like too good to be true. Like, no, are we all gonna have things just plugged back in our head and laying in goo pods in 5 years? It just so crazy. But anyways, I wanted to talk about with the metaverse, because that was one of the topics that I saw that you talk about. And we don't get many people that want to come on and talk about things like the metaverse. They'll talk about NFTs, stuff like that, but not really the metaverse, because they don't view it serious. They don't view it as a serious avenue of making money for their business. They view it more as, oh, this is a kid's game. This is a teenager's game, or maybe for a 20-year-old or something like that. My business shouldn't be there. But then you read, Forbes or Business Insider or any of the other Wall Street Journal, any of the other major publications out there, and it'll be like, Samsung just spends $5 million to buy digital plot of land in the metaverse. Nike just opening up first Nike store in Roblox. And it's like, can companies actually make money by selling products in the real world, through virtual metaverse type reality games?
Yeah, it has sort of started happening, right? If you would play around with it. Like, as I mentioned, in e-commerce website, you can only see the front, back, and top views. But in metaverse, you can literally see all the sites, the size of it, how it's going to look on yourself, right? And they are including augmented reality with metaverse, right? Amazing things are happening. Like last month, I took a roller coaster ride on using Oculus, and I was about to fall down. So they are doing an amazing job, right? These hardware systems which they are developing, they are pretty good. And we'll be able to a few companies have developed a mall as well, right? Where you can literally go, walk, and buy products. So entire world would be at our doorstep very soon, right?
Let's talk more on the lead gen and demand gen side of things. Demand generation versus lead generation for business to business marketing. What do you view the differences are, and what benefits does each one have?
A lot of people get confused with both these things, right? What is lead gen and what is demand gen? Earlier we were talking about Zoom, right? I'll just start with an example to explain this to you. Like, if Zoom do lead gen, then they'll start advertising, or they'll start publishing blogs that you can do virtual calls on Zoom. You can talk to your colleagues over Zoom. You can have a video call on Zoom, right? Buy Zoom, or take a subscription, or take a demo from Zoom, right? That is lead gen. But when it comes to demand gen is actually comes at the top of the funnel, and this is where you excite the people, right? Like, for instance, you can have blogs or content related to how to increase productivity while working from home, or how to have conversation with anyone in the world, right? From anywhere, wherever you are. So these, when writing articles based on these topics and presenting themselves as a solution, that is demand gen. When you are talking about a problem and trying to solve that, right? That's where demand gen comes into play. When you instead of focusing on lead gen, you work on demand gen. You create very high quality leads, and the sales cycle also increases, right? For instance, if someone is working towards lead gen, then they won't care about the PDF they have created, right, to capture the lead. They'll just capture the lead, and as soon as they get it, they send that to their salesperson, and they'll start calling them or sending them emails. But when it comes to demand gen, you like craft that PDF in a beautiful way, so that if someone reads that, they become a fan of your pictures, and they come back to your website again and again for the solutions, right, for their problem. So that's the basic difference in demand gen and lead gen.
So let's keep talking then about demand gen, okay? Because you definitely caught my intrigue with that. What are, like, I don't know, you have 7 strategies listed here, but let's go over, we don't have to do all 7. Maybe you can pick the top 3 or the top 5 if you want. But give us a couple of the strategies for high quality leads using demand generation.
Like as I mentioned, the first thing is care about the customer, right? Care about the person who's going to read your content, right? And once you'll start caring about that, you'll start providing value. So the first and the topmost strategy for demand gen is provide value.
That's an important point, because a lot of companies, I think the mistake they make is they write what they think the customer should think is important instead of what the customer actually thinks is important and of value to them. And when you flip those two things around, that's when you start seeing a lot of demand gen results, because you're writing something of value to your end customer.
That's right. And second strategy is whatever type of content you produce based on your industry, whether it's blog, it's videos, it's podcasts, or whatever it is, just make sure that you try to create interest in your products and services. Not just always talk about your features, right, of your products, right? Nobody wants to listen to those, right? But try to increase the interest. For instance, I said that how to increase productivity or how to talk to anyone anywhere in the world. Those sort of things, they really help to get better and high quality leads, to get to excite people to buy your products, to make them fan of your products, right? So basically, to do this, you can try to use intent data, right? You can come up with the data to find what buyers are actually looking for, what type of problems they are having, right? Once you start doing this research and start crafting your content based upon that, that's when you will see magic happening.
All great stuff and some awesome tips. So then let's talk about some of the content, okay? So we just talked about demand generation and some of the strategies to get some high quality leads. Now, one of the ways to do it is through content marketing. So how can digital content marketing really help you increase your revenue? What type of things should you focus on?
So for this, we have a very simple formula, right? If anyone follows it, they will very easily be able to find the content, right? And the formula is NDPP. That is needs, desires, pain, and problem. Just everyone, like anyone who is listening to this podcast, if possible, take out a paper or maybe your mobile and just write what are the needs of your customer, what are the desires of their customer, right? What are the problems which they are facing? For instance, I am a digital marketing agency, right? So the need of my potential clients are, they are looking to generate some leads, right? Their desire is to never worry about marketing. Someone could take care of their entire marketing and then never need to worry about it, right? Their pain point is if they don't generate enough lead, their business might shut down, right? Or maybe competition is increasing, revenue is going down, right? That's their pain. Their problem, maybe too many local showrooms or clinics or whatever are opening up and they need a solution for it, right? So when you write down all the problems, all the needs and desires of your potential buyers, and then the keywords which you have listed, start writing content based upon those, right? What to do if your competition is increasing, right? more clinics have opened up in my local area. What to do, how to increase sales, right? Once you start writing content based on the needs, desire, pain, and problems of your targeted audience, then you don't need to worry about any keywords. You don't need to worry about any keyword stuffing. You will always be writing the content in which your potential buyer is highly interested in, right? So that's what I advise to all my clients as well, that instead of focusing on keywords and what type of volume they are getting, right, write content on those topics which are actually useful, which will provide value to your users, right, when they are searching for a solution. And we have seen tremendous growth in our clients' website using the blog and the type of topics to choose.
Okay. Now, one of the areas that I see here with your marketing stuff is SMO and SMM ads. What does SMO and SMM stand for? Can you explain what they're for?
Yeah, basically SMO is organic, right? SMO is social media optimization. When you are trying to get engagement or leads from social media organically without any paid stuff, that is SMO. But social media marketing is when you run ads on Facebook, Instagram, and try to generate leads. So that's a basic difference, just like Google SEO and Google Ads or AdWords.
So we've talked about SEO many times on the show. Okay, I think our audience is very well informed about SEO itself. How does SEO differ from SMO to really make it effective?
So SEO is when you are trying to improve the user experience on your website. That's the first thing, that's on-site optimization, right? Whenever someone lands on your website or whenever they open your website on their mobile or any other device, they should have a seamless experience. They should be able to open anything very easily. They should be able to reach out to you very easily, right? The title, the description, all those, the content that comes into the on-site optimization. And as far as the off-site optimization is concerned, that is, you are presenting yourself in the correct website. For instance, like for instance, if I want to do marketing for myself, then I'll just type on Google list of top digital marketing agencies, and all the websites that are coming up, which are providing the list, I'll try myself to be there. That's a part of SEO. Right. Plus, you contribute on guest websites, right? You try to add value to their audience, and in return, some of the audience will reach to your website as well. So that's guest posting. So there are a couple of strategies when it comes to SEO. Now, talking about social media optimization, that is when you try to engage the audience of social medias, like the Facebook, the Instagram, the LinkedIn, Pinterest, right, StumbleUpon, Dig, Technorati. There are a lot of websites out there. So when you try to engage with the audience on those websites, right, and you try to create posts for those specific websites, that's the social media optimization. So as the name says, search engine is when you optimize your website for search engines like Google, Yahoo, Bing, and social media optimization is when you try to optimize your website for social medias, right? Like Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn.
Okay. So what do you think is some of the best tips that people can do as far as optimizing for some of their social media ads then, with, like, for example, with this podcast? Okay, one thing I struggle is sometimes it's a hit or a miss, whether I'm hitting the right audience or I'm hitting the wrong audience, and you'll see the difference in the ads, whether they're, they've connected or they haven't. And sometimes it's weird because I could use the same exact audience and it's like, oh, this time it's a swing and a miss, but last time it was a perfect hit. You know what I mean? How can you build consistency with the social media ads?
All right. So there are 2 points which I would like to cover. Is the first is you need to determine like to whom you want to sell, right? You need to divide your clients into proper categories, right? Like we have another formula for that. We call A, B, C, and D clients. A stands for amazing clients. B stands for breadwinning clients. C stands for convenient clients, and D stands for dangerous clients, whom you should not sell. So you need to figure out what are the type of clients with whom you have the maximum profit, right? And once you have figured that out, then you need to do a survey. Like in survey, you can ask questions like where do they spend their most of their time, right? What's their like favorite social media? How did they reach to you? What's their turnover? What's their age, demographics, all the sort of things. Once you have answer to those questions, then you start targeting same type of people. All right. And so that helps you in determining your targeted audience. And once you have that and you are targeting those type of people, there are very good chances that you're reaching out to the correct set of people. Now, second thing is the ads which you are creating. All right. So when it comes to ads, you need to make sure that you are talking about, again, their needs, their desires, and their pains. All right. Once you have that line and it catches their attention, they will automatically look at your ad and click it. So a lot of people confuse it that the goal of the ad is just to increase clicks. So you need to make sure that the heading, right, there is a proper hook. So with any ad, any post, we divide
the heading, the image as well too. No,
that's right. Like in most of the ads, we use images. So the image should have only 25% text, and that text should be sufficient, right, and should contain your hook. So basically divide any ad into three parts: the hook, the first part, the story, and the call to action. Right, the call to action should be bold. There should be only one call to action. It should directly hit them in their mind. It should back your hook, right, and a little bit around the story, like if you want to have the same journey or something of that sort. So once you create your ads around it, once you create your ads, now there is another survey which says that people take more action when it comes to their pain as compared to their desire. So if you can craft your ad more towards their pain and have a proper like a call to action, there are huge chances that you will be able to get higher number of clicks. So first you set your correct targeted audience, which you have done based upon the survey and figuring out who are your best clients. Second, creating a proper hook, and then creating a call to action. So the aim of any ad is just to get clicks, nothing else. All right. Or maybe if it's a branding ad, then that's a different case. But right now I'm talking about conversions, right? To get the clicks. And as soon as you get the clicks, then on the landing page, you should have content which backs that up. Whatever you have, whatever bold statement you have written in your ad, and you provide value. All right. Once you do that, people, more and more people will start coming.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it comes back to the conversation we were just having about adding value for your prospect.
Yes, that's right.
We just went totally full circle there, right?
That's right. That's right. And it all comes down to these few items. Really, marketing is fun and super easy. A lot of people just...
Yeah, Shiv, hey, this has been great. Thank you for coming on here, spilling your guts, talking about the metaverse, lead gen, demand gen type marketing, some social media marketing. I've got to ask you, how can people find out about you and about your company online?
They can either directly reach out to me through my website, which is incrementors.com. It's INCREMENTORS.com, or they can check out my YouTube channel, right? They can type my website name or my name, Shiv Gupta Incrementors or Shiv Gupta SEO on YouTube. They'll see my channel.
Okay, perfect. And we'll have links down below in the description. I urge everybody, I mean, you hear this man is extremely knowledgeable about all things marketing and metaverse. Check him out. He is a beast. Hey, thank you so so much, Shiv, for coming on. It's been a great episode.
Thank you. Thanks for having me here, David.
Yeah, cheers. Wow, that was such an incredible chat with Shiv, right? First, you all know the routine. If you found this interview helpful, if it sparked those warm and fuzzies, do me a favor, hit that like button, smash that subscribe button. But if you really want to help us out, because you know Shark Bite Biz is the greatest kept secret in the world of small business, please share us out to your friends, your family, your colleagues, anywhere that you dwell on the interwebs, whether that's Minds, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, anywhere you can. Share this out. Get the good word of Shiv and Shark Bite Biz out there. I would love nothing more than to see both of us out there trending. Now let's get back to our rock star guest, Shiv. Marketing is tough. It is competitive out there. Pre-COVID and post-COVID, the marketing world has shifted. It has changed drastically. As many companies that did more traditional advertising were kind of forced to do more online ads because that's the only way they could reach people. People weren't traveling for work. They weren't eating in restaurants. They couldn't see the mat in front of them with local businesses. So the only way to reach consumers were to do online ads. Plus, when you add in all this new stuff with no tracking, for personalized ads that's being pushed by Apple, Google, and many others, it makes it harder and harder for you to reach your core demographic. Shiv gave us some good, solid tips on what to do and, most importantly, what not to do when marketing your business. Hey, awesome stuff, Shiv. Thank you so much for coming on and sharing about the mission you are carrying out and helping all these mom and pop businesses grow and really compete against these big, giant corporate behemoths. I love it. You're doing an amazing job, my friend. It's been an honor to have you on the show. Question of the day. What's your marketing strategy post-COVID? Leave a comment down below on YouTube. Do you want to be on the show? Interviews at sharkbitebiz.com. If you're watching on YouTube, please join the channel. It's $3 a month. You can become a baby shark. But if you don't want to give money through big tech, don't worry. We got you covered. Head right on over to deadhousecoffee.com. Use code SHARK. You'll get 20% off of your order. And remember, okay, this is coffee that is roasted, sealed, and shipped to within a 24-hour period to your doorstep. You get awesome coffee at an awesome price. We get the proceeds to continue growing the show. We want to add more business lines to Shark Bite Biz and make this a huge platform for all your business needs. Y'all know this by now, but I'll tell you again. I'm David Strausser. This is Shark Bite Biz. We'll see you all next episode. Cheers.
Thank you for listening to Shark Bite Biz. We hope you got some insightful info from this podcast. Be sure to subscribe to us through your favorite podcast app and visit us on the web at www.sharkbitebiz.com. How has business changed for you in the 20s? Email us at podcast@sharkbitebiz.com so you can join us and share your story.